The message I'm meant to channel for you right now is don't be afraid of being powerful. This is a message to that beautiful soul who's connecting with this video right now on this frequency of knowing that there is that next level. I'm actually seeing 3 staircases up, meaning that there are many next levels you're meant to ascend to. Now, this could mean in your personal life, this could mean in your career, this could mean in your impact. I'm hearing impact for most of you. There's a next level of impact you're here to experience, you're here to serve, you're here to become. I feel like intuitively in your heart, you know that there are hundreds, thousands, and even millions of people who are waiting to receive your magic, your medicine, your energy, your greatness. And don't be afraid of your power. That's what I'm hearing. I'm channeling through your God consciousness, what you know to be true, your higher self. There is something within you that you know is so powerful, and you do it in private. You channel through information, you receive downloads, maybe some of you guys even dabble with light language or toning, or you don't even know what the F comes out of your mouth, but you just know that you are connected to a very high power source. And what I'm feeling for you is allowing yourself to connect to the purest source of light. I'm just feeling into you right now. Maybe some of you guys feel alone. I'm hearing this alone energy. Like, whether it's actually true or not, I'm just hearing is what you feel. So you could be feeling like, you're on your own, you're one-person team. Maybe you had a recent fallout, separation, breakup, or just not really connected with your friends, family, partner. So you just feel like you're doing this thing on your own, whether you're a solo entrepreneur or you are starting something out, this new venture, and you're not telling people about it. Let me know if you resonate with this. Hit the thumbs up. I'm feeling that it's not like it's too much or it's too heavy, but it feels like, am I supported? That's what I'm hearing. So there might be something in the back of your mind like, am I financially supported? Am I energetically supported? Can I really do this? And the truth is, God has your back. The universe has your back, because all of this is just you. There's only consciousness, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. This consciousness is what makes us and our world come alive. So consciousness is here to experience itself, in these fragments, because there's only the one gets split out into 3D. So when we're in this 3D world, we're here to experience all of these things. So just know that it's all part of the grand design. And this is not the first time you have incarnated here. This is not your first rodeo. And what that means is that you're here to experience, you're here to explore, and you're here to play. When you came onto this earth school, you have your memory wiped. You don't remember a thing. You don't remember how powerful you are. You don't remember that you are consciousness itself. And this is why, throughout the journey, you're here to recollect these pieces of you. You're here to remember these pieces of you. So on this path of spiritual awakening and all of that, it sounds cool and stuff, but it's just a path of remembrance. Let me know if you resonate with this. Like I said, if you want to stay anonymous, hit the like button so I know. And also, if you don't want to, you want to review yourself, let me know down below. It will feel like it's not a process of becoming, it's a process of remembering. Remembering who you are, what you are all along, your infinite eternal spirit, remembering itself. You're powerful. You're able to tap into all of these things because you are all of these things. Your gifts, your power, your talents, what's so great about you that you're exploring right now is what's always been great about you, but you just haven't activated it yet. And sometimes it takes a certain point in your journey for the thing to be awakened. But I've worked with a lot of people over the years on their spiritual awakening journey, and what I notice is the ones who, it doesn't matter, like you can be later and older in, age, or you just had your spiritual awakening, 2 months ago. But the thing is, once you remember, it's full on. It's not about, oh, this person had this spiritual awakening 12 years ago and I only had my 1 year ago, so I have 11 years to catch up. It's not like that. When you're awakened to something, it can be really full on and you can really skip these steps. What I've experienced, in my life and, in my one-on-one sessions down below, if you want to connect with me, the individuals that I connect with, they can have their spiritual awakening or their power or their gifts being shown to them very, recently, but it's really full on. The spiritual concepts that it can take a lot of people a lot of time to understand, they get it like this. And it's like, and before that 1 year or whatever, they're like totally like normal 3D people. You know what I mean? So it's always so fascinating for me to connect with you guys in my one-on-one session. It's very eye-opening for me as well to see, wow, we are really speeding up. But in my personal journey and a lot of the people that I connect in my personal life, it's like that. It's like, I remember, this one day, I think it was like 9 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. I was sitting on my bed and, at the time I was just like, not really spiritual or anything, but, I was picking up some Buddhist books here and there to kind of dabble in. And then I had this vision of this like psychic lady with the crystal ball and stuff like that. I was seeing it. And it was the first time I saw something so vivid in my third eye. And I kid you not, ever since I saw that vision, just like randomly, it kind of scared the F out of me, to be honest, because I wasn't meditating or anything like that, Yeah, it scared me, but then it kind of awakened my psychic abilities. And actually, for those of you who are new around here, or if you don't know, my first, ever channel on YouTube is it's about tarot reading and energy reading. So I had that, it was leading more with my psychic, energies and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna go into the whole thing. You guys know I don't do that anymore because I want, everyone to awaken to their true power, and I also want to be seen for me, not someone behind these things. But aside from that, it came full on. I tried learning, tarot and stuff like that the traditional way. It wasn't clicking. It wasn't hitting in my head. Like I was like, oh my God, yawn, fall asleep. I can't do this. Too much info. But I remember there was one time where I just put my hands on the deck, and it feels like I just downloaded everything, and it just happened. And then I had my first reading for someone that I did. And like she was broken out to tears, and she's like, there's no way that you're able to tap into that. I'm like, I have no idea that I could even do this. And then, it just more and more, I make my YouTube channel. It was really successful and, a lot of that. And, I was even got invited to the biggest tarot summit in the world to teach on how to read tarot cards intuitively. So I had a very successful career in that, and it kind of just like happened. It just kind of like, I didn't even learn it properly. Because what you're meant to know, you can remember this from your past life, from the lifetime that you've done it. A lot of people can feel like they know something too well. Let me know if this is you. Like, you just know something like so well, and you feel like there's a past life connection, and you didn't learn it the traditional way. Like I had a friend in Bali. He's this Italian man. Some of you guys watch my old videos, you'll see, where I stayed at. So I stayed at his resort, and he's like, Tina, I was 100% like a Japanese in my past life. And he was showing me all this like Japanese tattoo he has. And he's like a full-on Italian man, this lifetime. And he's like, yeah, I didn't even go to Japan, like I think he said he went like once or twice. It wasn't like, he didn't feel like he needed to spend time there because he lived it. So he built this resort that is Japanese themed in Bali. And I thought it was so special. And he built it so well, and I felt so at home, and I felt so like, I really feel the energies. It's a very beautiful place. And it just goes to show, like, sometimes you just have this soul memory that allows you to do things way better than any regular, person who had to learn it the hard way. Okay, and I'm laughing because I think it is your true advantage. It's our advantage. If we had past lives in, whatever, in Japan, if you're a shaman, you're a psychic, you're whatever, right? Like, you don't have to learn it. You don't have to really learn it traditionally in this life. You can literally, step, like, leap, and you can, like, skip ahead. And I also knew somebody who was in the same tarot summit as me, and it's crazy. Like, her story is the same. She is very successful tarot reader on the internet, on YouTube, like hundreds of K following on YouTube, and her story is the same. She never even, like, touched the cards or never even, like, deal with it before she started her YouTube channel. And it's crazy. It's like that. And a lot of my clients, they do the reading, and I even have a client that she was doing readings for like 10 plus years, and she's learning from me, who even touched it like a few months ago. And that's the thing. This message is coming through to remind you that whatever that is coming alive for you, you have to trust it, and you cannot compare your journey to someone, because a lot of people, they see with their physical eyes and not their spiritual eyes. Okay, they see you like, oh, you're Asian female who are in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever, right? Like, they only see you in human year, and they only see you as your race and your skin color and your bodysuit and your avatar, but they don't see your soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to understand that we are spiritual beings in this, using this human avatar to function in this world, but it's not who we are. Who we are, our soul age, you don't know. It could be a newborn child, like your freaking, like, kid, like neighbor. I don't know what I'm saying. Like, you see a random kid on the street, okay? The kid may be like 8 or 9 or whatever, 12, and you're like, oh, you young little thing. That kid could be older than you in soul age. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that we have to begin to open ourselves up. And that's how we can really understand our power. Because, for me, I was awakened to all these spiritual knowledge and the truth about this reality a lot younger than, how you see the sages, the people with the beard and the gray hair and stuff. And I never felt confident, or I never felt like I could share these things because I was too young, or I looked too young, or, I wouldn't look legit or whatever. But I had to go beyond all of that and just know that, my God, my soul, I feel like thousands of years old. Like, that's truthfully, that's how I feel. But at the same time, in my human, personality and looks, I look like I'm 18, and I'm like, very childlike and rainbow and sparkles. And I believe that it's something that I have chosen in this life to overcome things, to teach me that, we cannot judge a book by its appearance, and we're here to just have any avatar we want. Just remember, your avatar, you chose it. If you chose to be whatever ethnic group or gender or whatever, like, you chose these things for you to learn and get the most out of this lifetime. So trust in your power, and your power doesn't come, I think your true superpower, it surpasses 90% of the population, even 90+% of the population, because your superpower comes from your soul remembrance. Okay, and this is something I tap into when I work with people one-on-one on the soul activation, the divine template activation one-on-one session. If that interests you, it's a very powerful session, and I meet the most incredible people in there. It's so magical. So if that's you, and if you're ready to meet, I'm excited to meet you. What happened is that you have to remember also your role. For the longest time, it's like, how do you say? your true role, it's not going to sound like a 3D thing. Okay, your true role is something very quantum and something very spiritual. Like my role is an activator. I'm an energy activator. So what that means is that I'm a very powerful mirror. Like what people come near my energy or interact with my energy, two things are going to happen because I'm a mirror. One is that, I want to be able to see, your potential. I'm able to see exactly. I'm a seer. I see things very clearly. So that's why it's very helpful when I work with people who are ready to see, because I'm going to show them their true potential and reflect back. At the same time, if you're not ready and if your ego is resistant, I'm also going to show you your shadow, and that can be very uncomfortable. So basically, in my energy, it's like everything comes up, and that makes me a powerful activator. And I'm here to help you awaken, your cosmic remembrance through DNA activation and cosmic shift, and the 7 chakras alignment, all of that. And I know that because these are the specific knowledge that I was being shown. And this is not something that I read in a book. It's not something that I learned in university. It's something that was cosmically shown to me. And this is something I know. I deeply know about myself. Okay. And of course, when I share this, I've worked with thousands of people. And that's how you know. It just works. You just know it, and you have to be confident in what you know, because what you know, your true gifts and your true superpower is beyond what this world will give you a certificate for. Okay, don't think that you are this cool whatever person because you are a level 2 black belt, or I don't know, whatever, like maybe sometimes it has, I think some things has validity to it, and I get it, but I really believe your truest super spiritual gifts, that no one can grade you, because this is of God, it's not like God doesn't grade you. God doesn't give you a certificate in Reiki. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these things are cool things we can learn, but your true gifts, your true role is something that you need to deeply know within you. And not many people will know when they haven't activated their divine template, when they don't know their soul blueprint, when they're not open to see the truth about themselves, when they're not ready to see their shadow and they see the light, right? So that's why when I work with people one-on-one, it's very frequency based. You will know right away it's for you or not. So everyone, when I meet inside, it's like, I just knew this was for me. Like I just knew that, like beyond reason. I didn't read what it was. I just no. They're like, oh, I didn't know I was getting this as a bonus too. And I'm like, yeah, you do. And they're like, oh, I had no idea. I didn't read it. I just knew right away. I jumped. So it's like that. Everything works in frequency. So when you allow the miraculousness of life to realign you with the things that you're meant, like basically you're working in your spiritual world. You're seeing with your spiritual vision. You're moving with your spiritual body. You are going to quantum leap in life. You're going to experience extraordinary things in this life. And when you only operate from your human body, your human eyes, your human brain, and not the eternal mind, you are going to see things very step 1, step 2, step 3. Oh, for me to be masterful like this, it will take 10 years. So this is year 1 for me. But if you operate in your divine template, it can be like instant, or it can be a month, it can be a year. Magical things happen. I've seen it. I've seen it all. I've seen people who has crazy skills and they're like, I just activated this 1 month ago. I didn't know this could happen. It's things like that. So what I'm feeling that's coming through me to you right now is that cosmic remembrance of, there are people who are waiting to meet you in frequency. There are people who maybe you're ready to meet in frequency. And you can only experience this extraordinary life when you align yourself with the New Earth consciousness. And the New Earth consciousness is that we meet our soul tribe in frequency. So some of you guys might not even know how I look like. Maybe this video just came on randomly or whatever, but then there's something in my frequency, my voice codes something, even if you're just listening to this as a podcast, something will resonate with you. And it's not because I'm an Asian whatever person, or I'm a, it's beyond all of that. There's something that will hit. And it doesn't have to be me, it can be anybody. And that's how it works, more and more and more. And we're gonna start to not really see each other anymore. We don't see each other's for our, physical template anymore. So that's why, if you notice, the very most ancient, kind of like high level sage in this world, like they don't really have a name, and people don't really remember how they look like, right? It's like, the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu just means teacher. And it's one of like the greatest texts, in that was being given to us. It's because we're not living in the real world. I don't know how else to put it. This is not the real world. The 3D world is far, honey, from the real world. This is the projected world. This is the world, the Maya world, the world of illusions, right? Illusion, the light. This is all holographics and all of that. It's supposed to feel real. It's kind of like that simulation, that kind of like VR, like it's supposed to feel real. But the only thing that's real is of God. The only thing that's real is in that spirit. The only thing that's real is love. That's why when you close down your eyes, that's when people get a lot of profound things when they meditate, when they have these sacred vision, when they feel when they feel the love for people and humanity and animals and the world. Like, these are real feelings. And what that means for you is that when you begin to know for sure that this is not the real world, meaning that you can evolve, you can shift, you can awaken, you can remember your real and your true self, which is infinite spirit, all that is, you will realize that detachment from this world is a lot easier. And I don't mean detachment in an a-holy way. I mean, a lot of the struggle, it's not even real. Because a lot of the struggle we think we have is our condition. A lot of things we complain about, maybe it's the first world problem. It's like, why don't you put yourself in someone's shoes who may not even have a home? And here you are complaining how small your house is. So maybe it's not even a problem. You're making it a problem. The TV, the movie, the shows, your neighbors, your mom, your dad will tell you, oh, it's a problem to have a small house. It's a problem if you don't have a Gucci belt. It's a problem if you don't have a Chanel purse. It's a problem if you don't have a na. Okay, you don't have a certificate on this whatever thing. Okay, anyway, we're not gonna get into all of these things, the certificate stuff, but there are ancient healers and shamans from, like, I don't know, some tribe, and they don't have certificates, okay, and they don't have these things. So if you know that you're meant to do something, you just do it. And okay, but in the 3D world, there's a lot of things that would sound, oh, you don't sound politically correct, it's strong, controversial, it's not ethical, it's like that. I think ethicals and morals and all of these things, like, deep in you what it is, and you don't need someone to write, this is how a person should act, for you to conduct yourself properly. If you are anchored and you're plugged into God, that gives you everything. And your true power is when you are plugged into God. Your power doesn't come from you huffing and puffing and trying to pretend to be someone you're not. This is a very important thing to know, actually, for those of you who are going on this path of impacting, thousands, millions of lives. You have to know that everything that you are gifted with, it comes from God. So that will kind of humble your ego a little bit, because sometimes it can really get into the head, right? Sometimes we can get a lot of that into our head, thinking that, oh, look at me, I'm so cool. Look at me, I'm a healer. Let me heal you. Healers are not like that. True healers are the ones who've healed themselves, and they radiate this natural healing frequency. So when people come in contact with their healing frequency, they just feel healed. They just feel calm. They just see clearly. So you allow your energy to do the work. So when I coach my healers, this is something that I always remind people of, because I believe for you to be a true healer, you need to humble yourself a little bit, because sometimes it gets in your ego, right? Let me help you. Let me heal you. There's no problem. No one needs to be healed. Truthfully, everyone is here to have their experience. There's no problem. There's no problem. You just think that it's a problem to have this experience, right? It's like there's no light workers in this world. We just made it up, because how can there be light workers without the dark force or whatever, right? So you have to have appreciation for the dark force for you to have the light worker experience. You know what I mean? So it works like that. This life is 3D world. It's all these fragments, all these things for us to have this experience. So that's why when you're in the 3D, you'll see dark and light and good and bad and judgment and this and that, and I'm right and you're wrong, and now let me argue with you. And there's no need to argue. No need to argue, because everything, it just is. Love is, God is, everything is. Everything is everything, and everything is also nothing. And that's the truth of spirituality. And that's the truth of consciousness. But when we get caught up in the 3D, my shirt is better than yours, my degree is better than yours, my way is better than yours, there's no comparison. Everyone is you. Everyone is the pieces of the same. Everyone here are fragments of you. If someone really triggers the F out of you, it's something for you to look at, truthfully. Like for me, when I get really triggered, like I have so much to learn. Like it's my biggest lessons. Like and once you're able to integrate these triggers within you and ask yourself, why am I triggered? What is it, something about me that is illuminating? What's the shadow within me that this person or situation is illuminating? And then you humble yourself, and then you get it. And then that peace comes back to you, and you become more whole and complete, and you have a better time in life, because you realize that everything and everyone is you, just projecting out. The universe is you inversed. God is within you. God is not separate from you. You don't need to pray to God like it's separate. It's in here. As you say these prayers, these are activating within you. It's activating the conscious within you. So when you begin to kind of take everything back, bringing it, okay? It's like that energy of the divine union I talked about in my last videos, of looking at all these parts of you like a disco ball with all these fragments. You're here to take all these fragments to make your disco ball complete and whole. And once you understand that, you just find harmony and peace and unity and oneness within you. And then you actually begin to appreciate the 3D even more. Because actually when you are just all that is, you actually feel nothing at all. Because the whole is also the whole. That's just how it is. The consciousness is everything, and it's also nothing, right? So that's the paradox. That's the truth of this universe. So this is why take things lightly. Have a good laugh. Enlightenment. You need to lighten up a little bit, right? Have a good laugh, a good cry. Treat yourself kindly. Treat others kindly, give love where you can, because it all comes back to you. What you give is what you receive, right? To have is to give. It's the same. Everything is the same. So you can't get away when you're like treating people terribly and expect your life to go well. It's not gonna go well, okay? It can go well in one area, but behind the scenes, things are gonna crumble. I promise you. That's the law of karma. That's just how it is. So if you understand this spiritual law, you will realize that you don't have to be afraid of your power. You don't have to be afraid of your kindness. You don't have to be afraid of love. Some of you guys are afraid of love, right? You don't have to be. You have to be afraid of anything, and the fear is what brings you down, and the fear is what this illusion and this separation is working on I argue with you. I make you want to be like me. Why? Why you want to make anyone want to be like you? That's imprisonment. And if you want to do that to someone, meaning that someone already did that to you. You're operating from that energy. So respect, respect people's way of living. We're not here to save anyone. It's like, hey, if someone wants to learn from us, if someone wants to come this way, it's like, I welcome you with my arms and I'll share with you freely. I'll share with you abundantly. I'll share with you generously of what I know, right? And that's that. And that's why there's no friction. That's why there's no weird energy. But when you're trying to convince somebody to think like you, when you're trying to convince somebody to be like you, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to start a cult or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, just allow things to be. So when you know that, life becomes more straightforward and you're gonna have a much better time because you don't overthink things anymore. You're like, if I'm awakened to this, if I know this truth, I'm meant to share it. If I know and I see that I'm meant to impact as many people, well, let me get started in sharing my stuff. If I didn't go through this 5-year certificate, whatever program, but inside I know that this is my God-given talent, trust it, be confident about it. Because I'm telling you, this world is going to tell you otherwise because it works on fragments, right? But if you believe that there's nothing wrong with you being the most powerful version of you, you're going to see more of these individuals coming on and be like, hey, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I believe in you, right? So just remember that this is a very intricate, beautiful process and we cannot possibly comprehend it all. But what you know to be true, you can work on the basic law of attraction. You attract what you are. So inside, if you think that there's a problem, then you're going to attract people who are going to poke hole at your thing. But if you actually believe that, you can be loved for who you are, you can be successful doing what you do, you can live a good life being true and real and raw and authentic, and you don't have to be a fake ass version. If you actually believe in that, then you're going to see more people supporting that, right? And of course, it's going to be this random situation, but that doesn't matter. It's a very small amount. Okay, so just allow yourself to just be free, smile, laugh, chill out, right? Love each other, support each other, right? Because it's all you. If you support someone, meaning that it's going to come back to you. If you're being kind to someone, it's going to come back to you. If you're going to be a-holy to someone, it's going to come back to you. So choose. Choose your karma wisely, okay? If any of this resonates with you, hit the thumbs up to let me know. And I just want to say I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for just hanging with me. Just thank you for your light in this world. I love you so much. And if it resonates with you, let me know down below. Love to connect with you. I have a free community called Awakened. If you're not in it yet, you can join. It's a very chill place where we just get to connect. And if there's some announcements or master classes that I'm doing, I share with you inside, and there's some resources. And if you want to work with me, there's also links down below. This is Tina Wong. I love you so much. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you on the next one.